Hello, everybody. Good to see you all. The three Spiriteers are back.
Sorry for that.
Same faces, same thoughts, but we are here. So, Esteban Bertoso, Vanderlei Massafelli, Rodrigo Fuso. We're broadcasting directly from Ireland. And we want to welcome all SSI workers who are following us, all new friends from around the world, but especially I want to ask permission to open the bridge between Ireland and USA for the listeners of the Cardiac Radio. So thank you very much for allow us to get in your home, in your car right now. And today we're going to discuss a topic which is the life as it should be. But before we start the meeting, I will do the initial prayer. Okay. So I would like to invite everyone to close your eyes if you can, if you want to. Open up your heart, your mind. Get connected with superior spirits, with our mentors, all the benefactors who are coordinating all these efforts in order to make this talk reach you, whatever you are, whatever you are doing, whatever you live. And may these blessings reach the entire world, reaching every single heart, every single person, discarnate or incarnated. Bring some peace and love and some comfort. So be it. Amen. Okay, guys. How are you? Melting with all this hot summer in Ireland? Yeah, we are having an amazing 16 degrees Celsius, around 57 Fahrenheit, but it's very hot and humid here with 85% humidity. So we are literally melting here. Okay, so anyway. Okay, so in order to start this, allow me to read one message from André Luiz, a spirit. André Luiz, it was dictated to the medium Chico Xavier. I will not read the entire message because it's long, but I will read just one paragraph that make us keep rolling this conversation here. Let me find it here. When one door closes, another opens. When one path ends, another begins. Nothing is static in the universe. Everything moves non-stop, and everything always changes for the better. And the question I give you guys is, why it is difficult to live our life as it is? What do you think? It is difficult, it's not difficult? What's your thoughts?
Rodrigo? Okay. Okay. First, I'd like to thank everyone in America, in Canada. I saw that we have some Canada audience tonight. Thank you very much for having us.
Friends from Chicago, Brazil, Ireland.
That's good. So I like this it depends on each one. No, for some of us the life is so hard. Some of us the life is so easy. Some of us is in the middle, is the balance. No, but I think sometimes it can be hard if you are not willing to learn every day something new, or learning every day something old. What I mean by old, something that we know that we have this feelings that we keep bringing to the present, to this moment, and we are not dealing with that. When we are trying to hide this, and someday you need to face it. No, and then I think if I can talk about myself, I think life is not that hard, but we need to try harder to in order to for us to achieve what we want to. No, life is not life. Life is easy. It's what it is. That's the subject today. Life is it is what we have now. What to bring from the past, but mostly is what we have now. What we're facing now. What we have for today. I think life kind of.
Yeah. Wanderlei, don't run away, please.
Guys, I don't know, guys. Everything will depend on which time you are living your life. Maybe if you're in a difficult situation, you may think that life is difficult. Maybe if you just got a new girlfriend, new boyfriend, new job, everything's flowers, so you are happy. But I'd say the main thing here is like Joanna Angeli says to us that we shouldn't be trying to swim against the river flow. Because if you try to do this, you might get you're gonna be tired quite easily. But at the same time, she tries to teach us that even if we have to be waiting, we have to be patient, we have to do our part. So I'd say life is difficult once you are just sitting on the side doing nothing and keep playing life. Then life starts to become difficult. If you are doing your part, even if you have some difficulties, I believe you're gonna start to see few colors that you didn't see perhaps because you are doing your part. You are kind of fighting for a goal, fighting for an idea. So everything depends. But I don't think life is that difficult. At least, of course, I know there are some people who are in a really difficult situation, especially with the coronavirus. But yes, there are times that doesn't matter what you do, it's gonna be difficult. In cases that someone passes away, in case that you are sick, but there are other times in life that we think life is too difficult, but in fact it isn't. It's just we are putting a kind of dirty glasses in front of us, so we think everything is dirty and difficult. I think that doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Well, our friend from Canada, Paul Lalonde, he said a very good he sent a very good statement here. So when you switch from why it happened to me to what I am meant to learn, that makes all the difference. Yeah, Paul, I completely agree with you because unfortunately, in the difficult moments is the moments when we will learn a lot. And I'm just saying that perhaps we are we are thinking the life is difficult because when the life is not the way we want to. Okay, but then we think, oh, I don't have that car, I don't have that house, I don't have that job, I don't earn that amount of money, I am not happy, I don't have that girlfriend, boyfriend, partner, I don't have this, I don't have that. And then we say, oh, life is so difficult, life is so unjust. But that's the moment we learn most. That's the moment when we put ourselves we put ourselves up to the limit, and then we go beyond. When we go beyond is the moment when we learn. Like, for example, we said, when you need to move from one city to another city, at the moment you say, oh, I will not go, because you can give up, and so many reasons why you cannot move when you move. But at the end, you need to move. And when you move, sometimes you say, it's the best thing I ever done. Others regret, but it's a lesson learned. What do you think, guys?
I think we are learning all the time, no? Even when we are happy, we are enjoying the moment, we are learning as well. We always think that we just need to learn from the difficult times, no? And sometimes it's true, but we can also learn from the good times as well. Sometimes we are just enjoying and then say, look, I didn't know that I like it. I like it doing this, and now I like it to do that. I'm gonna do it again. This is gonna be my new hobby. So we can learn from good things as well, but depends if you are willing, if you are open to it. So our life is in our hands. We have the free will. We have freedom to decide, but we need to have conscience to decide if it's good or if it's bad for us. No.
Yeah, I didn't mean to just learn when it's difficult, but sometimes we get these engraved in ourselves when we have
Yeah, of course.
terrible times. Um Ayala said, I would also say that when you see any single moment as a learning opportunity, you start to be grateful for the good or the bad. And this is such a fulfillment and a change in life perspective. Wow. Okay, the talk's finished. Thank you very much, guys. I'll see you next week. Thank you, Ayala.
She gonna be here with us next time.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's exactly like this. We need to see a new change as an opportunity. It means opportunity to enjoy, is an opportunity to learn, is an opportunity to help, is an opportunity to exercise charity, is an opportunity to study, everything is an opportunity. And and how you guys deal when we have, let's say, everything like these Hollywood movies, everything, their life is perfect, everything's so beautiful, but suddenly something changes. How to deal with that? How to live? How to deal with that?
I'd say there is no recipe. There is no way that we're gonna be able to say one way. But think like this: everything depends, like Ayala said, the way that you see life. If you see as everything is a great opportunity, and if you see everything with good eyes, you're gonna deal with this situation in a much better way. But if you see the world with dirty glasses, where everyone is against you and everything is against you, it's gonna be much more difficult. But I don't know. I'd say in the beginning, everything's quite it's a chaos. But once you go and you start to doing your prayer, maybe if you don't pray to anything religious, but you start to put your head in the correct place, you start to calm down yourself, and you start to ask for guidance, you're gonna put yourself in a better position for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Talking about movies, you just remind me of one movie that I think everyone watched the. I think the name of the movie is Yes Man, something like that, with Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
That he was a miserable, and then he just accepts something that he needs, and then he just joined a club, something there that he have to say yes to everything, and that even though it was absurd, he needed to say yes. And he was saying he was learning, he was having new experiences in his life, something that he didn't have before. And by the end of the movie, of course, he just realized that it's not about to say yes to everything, but enjoy every little moment. No, that movie was is something as well. It's good, very good.
Yeah. Yeah, we have a comment here from Freddy. Problems are opportunity to pay debts from past lives. Well, Fred, I not agree 100% with your statement because most of the problems, the majority of the problems we are having now is caused by our own way to be as of today. Of course.
And it's from this life.
Sorry?
And it's from this life.
Yeah. In this life, yeah. So we, of course, we are paying some debts from the past for sure, but it's not the majority.
Mm.
So how you treat your neighbor, how you treat yourself, how you deal with that. So and also we need to think that our free will is limited according to our knowledge. Because what is good for me today, after I acquire more knowledge, perhaps I will say, no, that's not good. That's not fine. And I was reading the other day, and the TV guy presenter asked to an older person, "Hey, what the best advice you give to all these young people?" And the guy said, "Get old." You know. Well, what do you think, guys? Well,
No,
we have a
I'd
lot of time
say,
here.
according to, just going back to the question from Freddy, I mean, if we just say that everything comes from a previous life, in a way, would be like a victims here. And we are not victims. Like, as Stephen said, we have things from our past lives. Like Saint Augustine said in the Gospel according to Spiritism, if we really watch ourselves and the actions that we do for our entire life, we would see that the troubles that we are having, they are built like in our daily actions, not from things that we have done, we killed someone, but from small things, from that person at work that you start to gossip around, that if you have a partner, that partner that you start to treat badly, then several years later that person broke up with you, and you say, oh, it's because of the previous life. No, it's because for maybe 5 years you have been someone quite unpleasant with that person. So yes, it's a balance from past lives, but a lot of things, and that's not our opinion, by the way. That's according to the Gospel according to Spiritism and the Spiritist book. I don't remember the question exactly, but this is a statement of the spirits.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, I agree with
but we
Vanderlei.
have other. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, Rodrigo. Sorry. I was
No, I
just
agree
yeah.
with you. That's fine. Sorry, sorted.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, uh, I think we also answer with this the question from Paul, and when he asked, "Do you guys believe our spirit choose this human life with a plan to learn?" Again, Paul, yes, we do. We do have a reincarnatory plan in which we need to achieve certain levels. How are we going to achieve it? It's up to us. It's up to our free will. So you may have with a main target, a main objective, or something like that. But how you're gonna make it is entirely up to you, entirely up to your choices and knowledge you have acquired. I think the most valuable thing in life is when you're born with nothing. But when you die, you have all that years as an experience to to give you more knowledge. So we need to live this life better than when we arrived. Even though we don't reach, we didn't reach the goal or the objective, but at least if we try it, it's a step forward. No.
But Steven, sorry, I don't know if I understood his question properly, but if I understand the way that he's saying, like, do you guys believe our spirits choose this human life with a plan to learn? Like, the only plan that we have in this life, all spirits, is to come here to learn. Because I don't know if I understood properly, but our main goal here, each one of us, we have different things to learn in different ways, in different situations. But according to the spirits, we all come here for one thing and one thing only, which is to learn, to become better spirits, to become better humans, better beings in general. If I understood properly his questions, yes, we come here always to learn. I mean, only several spirits, when I mean several, I mean really several spirits, they come to Earth with a huge mission to teach us. But in general, us here, poor spirits, 99.9.9.9%, we are just here to learn. I don't know if I understood properly. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think that's the only thing that you come here, no, to learn what we didn't have learned before in previous life or whatever. No, that's the main goal. We are here to become a better person, to become and then become a better spirit with more conscious, with more knowledge about the moral laws. And that's the evolution. That everything that we need to pass, that we need to learn, is about moral law, is in the moral laws. If you have learned how to love our brother or our neighbor, how you love ourselves, or how Jesus loved us, I think nobody would be here right now.
You're wrong. You took a wrong buzz, you know.
Yeah, no, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think I took the right one. I meant
Yeah.
to be.
Yeah, but let's say with that we just said, let's say if I accept my problems, if I accept how am I, do you think this will facilitate our passage through this incarnation?
If you accept what?
How I am, I accept. Oh, I know I need to work my pride. I need to work my selfishness. I need to learn how to love. I need to love someone. If I accept this will make my life easier.
I would say not. I wouldn't say easier, but would help. I think would help me. But I don't know in which level would help me. If gonna be help me for the better or help me for the bad. I don't know.
But think like this. Getting your question, Stephen, we have two ways to reply that. If I accept I have all these problems, but what do I do with this knowledge? I accept, sit on my sofa, ask for a Big Mac, and watch Netflix.
Bravo, yeah.
If that's the case, nothing's gonna change. Okay, you just accept it. But if you do, if you accept and you are doing something, things they get better.
Yeah.
Or sometimes you have a problem in life, um, but you don't accept that problem, but you still fighting in a good way. I mean, to try to, let's say, to leave that pattern. What I'm trying to say that to be doing something, even if you accept or if you don't accept, I'd say it's better than to accept than doing nothing, just sitting in the sofa. So in these two ways.
Well, the only thing I have to say here is, if I am able to recognize the way I am, and I just accept, but I don't work to overcome this, to change it, I will be in trouble. Because I know I need to work my selfishness, for example, but I don't do anything for myself to make it easier or to overcome this. I just recognize, oh, I am selfishness. I am selfishness. But I don't do anything. That's no value.
Yep.
Instead of acquire more knowledge in this life, I will giving like 2 or 3 or 4 steps back. Because I had knowledge to recognize, but I didn't have courage to overcome it. I'm not saying you need to accomplish in one life everything, but at least you need to give the first step.
Yeah.
You know, is we need to make ourselves more responsible for our life, instead of spending time pointing fingers to everybody else. We blame mom, we blame dad, we blame God, we blame guardian angel, we blame spirits, we blame teachers, we blame society, we blame everybody except us. We are a victim. And it's not that.
Well, no, you're not victims at all. I'm sorry, guys. If you
Yeah.
thought that,
Yeah, I see.
please
I
wake
see.
up.
I see. Like this, it's not just about to know about knowing ourselves or what we have to work on. Because at this stage, I think most of us already know what is our weak points, what we need to work. You know? But I think it's more about the attitude. What you're gonna do is that, like you guys said, what you gonna do with this? You know? And if you know or if you don't know, you cannot stay paralyzed, sit on a sofa. No, if you don't know what you have to work on, you still try to do something. Let's try to work on something. Something appears gonna show to you that you need to work. That you gonna show your weak point. It's not about know or not know. That is not a question. It's about always the attitude that you have in life, the attitude that when you have a problem, or the attitude when you are happy. What you do, because other times you say, look, when I'm angry or when I'm facing a problem, I usually like act like that. I'm fighting with someone, or I reply in a rude way, or I just accept it. Depends. Then you're gonna shape what you, and then you're gonna getting knowing what you need to do, what you need to work with.
Yeah.
You need to be happy with yourself.
Yeah.
The way that you are living is making you happy and is not hurt, is not harm anyone. That's okay. But if you are not happy and this unhappiness is hurting someone, it's time to rethink you about your life, your attitude in life.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's say it's saying first step is recognize, second, work to get better, and the last to accept that we can't change everything at once, but we can start to change what we cannot. Yes. Let's say, uh, remember like the passage from Jesus, like when he says all the time, when all the time when he did a miracle, Jesus always said to that person, your faith saved you. So it means he was just a small part of that that episode, because the faith saved him. The faith made the miracle. That's proved to us that we have in our hands everything to make our life better. Some people think, oh, I need to have money in order to be happy. How many rich people are killing themselves because they do have money, they do have everything, but they don't have like a true friendship. They cannot go to the shopping. Let's suppose we finish with the COVID. Now we're allowed to go to the shopping, you know, but he cannot go to the shopping and watch the shelves, inquire about prices, normal things, normal simple things. You know what I mean? And the other way around, we do have that people who are poor earn the lowest salary in a month, but when you talk with that person, you feel in the eyes, in the smile, that that person is happy. And by the way, guys, three of us are saying this, but we is easy to talk, to comment, to say, but don't think we are perfect guys. We are, our life is so beautiful, is so grateful. Oh, no. Wait, talk and comment. It's one thing. Practice is something completely different.
But Stephen, can I make a comment on something that you said,
Yeah.
which I think is quite interesting? You said sometimes that we don't have we have everything that can make us happy. But I'm going to disagree more or less, but in a good way. Sometimes, unfortunately, we don't have everything that we it can make us happy. I'm going to give an example. Maybe I have a heart problem and I need a heart transplantation, and maybe there is no other heart in the hospital. But what the people who have learned already the lesson of being appreciative in life, they understand. They would think like this: okay, I don't have the heart, I might die soon, but that's okay. That's life. Doesn't matter how it happens. I'm gonna be happy. So what people who appreciate life they have, than the rich people or whoever have all the material things they may not have, is the attitude of being resilient and to accept. Said, okay, maybe I don't have what I need materially speaking, but I have life. If I don't have how you call that guy who Chico Xavier Divaldo always say, Geronimo, I think it was Geronimo Mendonça. He could say always, he always was sleeping, and he used to make a lot of jokes with Chico Xavier because he couldn't move any part of his body. But Chico Xavier said that he was always happy, so he didn't have the physical body for him to be happy, but he had the correct attitude in mind to be thankful, to be grateful, even if he didn't have the material thing. Material, I mean the health that he needed, but could be something material to making him happy. So it's here, and here in the heart.
Yeah. It's not what we have, but it's what we are. Yeah.
Yeah, even if you don't have something, you still are happy because you are grateful.
Yeah, I think it's more an attitude of be grateful than be uh, envy or pretending everything is fine. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
at the moment, okay, you are in your position now. Be grateful. I don't care what salary you are on. I don't care if you have you love your boyfriend, a girlfriend. We don't be grateful for what you have right now because we acquired so far. It is what you attract to yourself based on your experience and in your thoughts. Let's say. Okay, first of all, is be grateful. Second, okay, do I want to change? The third question is why? And the fourth question is okay, prepare a plan. I will study, I will do this, I will do that, and go on. But let's say this reminds me like when a person goes that person is severely ill, like they have a terminal cancer, okay, and that person goes to everywhere, all the religions, they do everything, pray, mass, promises, a lot of things, but at the end this person died. Those ones say, oh, that person, that prayers didn't help. I would say to you, yes, it helped, but perhaps in the plan we said, we just wrote, okay, we just figured out like we need to move on. I need to have this disease because with this disease I will learn to be more whatever. That's why sometimes some people they are cured, some people they don't. Sometimes they need to pass through that.
yep.
And that prayers didn't cure you, but help you pass through it. Do you agree, guys?
I agree, and I think the prayer in this point it's like an umbrella. If it's raining quite a lot, doesn't matter how good your umbrella is. If you open, you're still gonna get wet, but less wet. So a prayer in this point, it's a prayer. Sometimes it won't make your sickness or your trouble goes away, but as you said, it's going to make it everything softer. André Luis says to us that sometimes a prayer will have an effect, not in the time that we prayed, but much longer. So maybe someone with a cancer, and everyone is praying for that person passes away, and everyone says, oh, that prayer didn't help that person. But if you could see what the spiritual world, you would see that that prayer that you send to that person make its arrival in the spiritual world much easier. That person suffered less, perhaps once it was passing through a difficult transition, like we see André Luiz in Ossular, for example. So maybe that prayer didn't help that person in that time, but it will help later on.
Yeah. Yeah. And this brings us to another point in that same message we read at the beginning of the talk. It's a message again from André Luiz, a spirit dedicated to Chico Xavier, and he said here. He says here, when we put ourselves in the place of the other, something very magical happens with us. The heart opens, Generosity settles inside it, and from there comes an enormous understanding of the higher purpose of existence, which is the practice of love. When we look at the person with the eyes of the heart, we perceive the kindship of our soul. In other words, it's easy to pay a bill from someone. No, you want oh, Vanderlei, your salary is X. You need to pay just this. So pay this, and you have left whatever amount. It's easy to point the fingers. But when we are talking about us, it's more difficult. Like you are sick, but I am sick. You don't know how bad is my headache. You don't know, my headache is worse. Looks like a competition. Who has the worst headache? No, but nobody put yourselves in someone's shoes. Why this person is having this? What I need to do? How to overcome it? How to give good advice? Or sometimes don't give anything. Perhaps be quiet is the best thing we need to do.
Yeah, just listen.
Yeah. Well, and why do you think it's how to balance this?
No,
how to balance it? How to balance life? Okay, we spoke so far that we have troubles, we need to improve ourselves, we have acquired this, I need to know how to work with others, I need to be putting myself in the other shoes. But okay, how to balance that?
If I find out, I'm going to write a book and become a millionaire.
Okay, great. Okay. I'm not co-author. Okay. You see, for being millionaire, I want to be millionaire as well.
But now, being serious now, guys, I'd say it's the simple things. It's like when Jesus said to us, look out the flowers, the birds. They don't gather things,
Mm-hmm.
They just live and they just accept whatever comes in their life, but still they are happy and appreciating. I'd say the troubles that we have, if you take Spiriteers, as we were saying before, things they happen to us because we did something before, in this life or in the previous life, okay? So we created this situation. So it means all the suffer that we have, we create that suffer. So it's just to accept, okay, I'm passing through this, it's my fault, okay, let's go. And maybe if something did something against you, as you said, Stephen, let's forgive and keep going. But if you have that kind of grudge in your heart, everything becomes darker, you don't really going to see the beauty of life. You're always going to find someone to blame or some situation to blame. Then if you are in this situation, my friend, I'm sorry. But again, we're not joking now. Go and search for some help with psychologists, in a spirit center, whatever place you feel comfortable. But you have to search for some help. Because I think the world is against you. Sorry for my honest.
No, it's fine. But, and you guys who are listening us, how to balance this equation? We talk about a lot of beautiful things so far, but how to balance this? How to apply in our life? Write to us. Let us know.
I don't know how to balance as well. If you guys are reading, I write in the book. I please put myself in there as well. But something that really annoying everyone, it's being around someone who is complaining and moaning all day, every day for everything. So you won't make this you don't won't balance your life, but you make your life easier and better. Because when you stop complain about everything and give this a chance, and give this a chance for yourself to see how beautiful, you're gonna look at these things like, look, this is not for me. I'm gonna let it go. I have that friend that's not adding anything on my life. Sorry, friend. Bye. I'm gonna live my life. But something that is very, I would say, annoying is, and it's not bring any good energy, any good vibration to yourself and to anyone. It's complaining. Stop complaining for one day and try to make everything look. You don't need to live in a Disneyland or whatever, but just stop to complain and see things in a different way, in a different perspective. I'm late. Let's say I'm late. Today the bus didn't come. I got late to work. First is your fault. You could wake up early. So don't start complaining because of that, because of this. No. Just accept what you have at the moment. I'm late. That's it. I'm gonna be late. And don't complain. Just say, sorry, that's happens sometimes. No, but my point here is, don't bring bad vibrations to yourself. Don't be the one who is giving bad vibrations to anybody. Because what you give to others, you are already being the receiver. Because if it's coming out from yourself, mean that you have this a lot on you. Don't be the one that is always the bad influence, or the person that is, oh, he's nice, she's nice, but all the time is complaining about something, all the time is everything is not good enough. No, just think twice.
Yeah, it is. I think that Emmanuel used to say, to get a balance, I think it's Emmanuel. We need to change what we can change, accept what we cannot change yet, because it will be changed in the future. No? Yes?
And if it didn't change, it because it's not the time to change. Simple as that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, sometimes you want everything to change because you think it's not good. But if sometimes it really changes, maybe it's gonna bring more harm to your life than good. Because you're just seeing with these eyes. It's like this: you have your job, you want to get under the job, and you said, "I want to get that job." But there are some people which, if they are put in a different situation, perhaps that situation may bring the worst of them. Let's say a really simple example. I always say this example. You know that your child likes speed. You know, like to go and like cars fast, driving too fast. And your child is 15 years old. Would you give to him a Ferrari? No, because you know that he's gonna kill himself probably. So sometimes the change that we want, if didn't come to us yet, maybe there are good spirits who are saying to us in the back, I'm sorry, my son, you want this, but you're not ready for that yet. Accept what you have and everything's okay. So we have to be able to be, how can I say, to trust more in the spiritual life. But we have to fight for what we want. But at the same time, to carry this anger and this dissatisfaction for life all the time, as Rodrigo said, let it go. Sometimes you have to let it go. Some dream that you have, you know, maybe that dream is not really bringing anything good to you. You know, I always want to be a singer. Do you guys want me to sing?
No,
I don't think so. So it's not because I want something, you know. Yeah, sometimes you have to accept maybe that's not for you. And maybe if you really see with good eyes something that you don't like so much, or maybe you don't like yet, so you don't know how to appreciate yet, maybe something that's going to be really good for you and the others. I don't know.
Yeah, and it depends as well the stage of your life. You know, sometimes when we are 18 years old, we have a dream. We think that we can be this, we can be that, and then when you are 25, oh look, I it's not the way that I thought. Some of how many people think when was child, oh, when I'm 23 or when 22 years, I gonna have my degree done. I gonna be fluent in three languages, and I gonna be rich, be married. Only one thing happened. Maybe was the thing that they even didn't want to happen. So life is this is every day a different experience. No, we never know what's coming tomorrow. We don't know if we're gonna be here tomorrow.
Well, just a correction. What's coming to us depends on our actions of today.
True.
True, but we don't know how it come.
But exactly, but the actions how I am today, it's it's pretty badly telling you what you're gonna reap tomorrow.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that you are good every day. Tomorrow you won't have any problem. No.
No, I'm not saying the problem. Like, well, okay, I think you guys are a little bit younger than me, but I think you watch the movie. Yeah, the difference between me and you don't have hair and I have hair. Okay,
Thank you, Steven.
I
Okay.
know it's COVID time. The hair
That's
is
well
so
off.
big, you know. Yeah, but the point
Thank
is,
you.
but the point is, remember that when you watch the movie like Back to the Future, the third episode,
Yeah.
when the guy had that book with all the game's results from the next 50 years or the past 50 years.
Yep.
So he went back to the past and started to bet, and he won a lot of money. Did you remember how bad it was the world at that time?
Trying to remember.
I don't remember this move. Sorry.
Yeah, things they change a lot.
You were probably were having your dude.
And now I remember I watched it, unfortunately.
Yeah, but that is a I don't know. I think I read somewhere like say if you want to if you want to make something not good happen, is say yes to everything what the humanity is asking for. For
Yep.
example, another film, say that guy, yes. When they all the time he put in, yeah, he said he put in automatic yes for everything. Yes, guy, yes, man, or
Almighty
something.
Yeah.
Joe, something like that. No, Almighty something. Yeah, with Jim
Yeah,
Carrey.
yeah, and he put a automatic reply, yes, 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 to everything. So when people start to receive what they are asking for, it's a kind of a problem. The first problem is because am I ready to receive what I'm asking for? I think I am, but perhaps my knowledge I am not ready. I'm not mature enough to get that.
Yep. I'd say that's what we said already. So sometimes in life, whatever you ask is gonna be your worst nightmare, and that's it. Sometimes most of us, we don't know how to choose. We don't. Guys, I'm sorry, but give the power to someone. Even people sometimes that we think they are too nice, if you give power to them, what do? No. I'm sorry. They
Yeah.
do, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like I always joke, like if God, okay, I'm not gonna say the joke which I do, but it's nothing bad. But if God really gives me what I want, what I really wanted, or what I really still want, unfortunately, I think from this life I'm gonna not go to Umbral. I'm gonna go to the lowest Umbral and stay there more than under Luis for 50 years. Why? Because sometimes, not sometimes, most of the time, I still immature to really choose properly. That's a joke, but what I'm trying to say that we are still immature. We still don't know how to choose properly. Even people like who are in the spiritist movement for so many years, they still, if you go deep inside them, some people they might choose still wrong, or they might still, I don't know, be not mature. Spiritist movement could be any religion, any kind of philosophy, doesn't matter. So it's not easy. That's why, as Stephen said, and as the Spirit's book says to us, that our free will is according to our moral knowledge. More you know, more free will you have to choose. Less you know, less free will you have to choose. Simple as that. Because God is a father, and a father will control what it can give to his son.
Yeah,
So
like our friend here, Severina, we don't need to know. All we need to know that universal laws of cause and effect applies at all times. My dear friend, I think it's yes, okay, the law of cause and effects applies, but since you have knowledge that the law of cause and effect applies, now you have the secret sauce to understand and balance your life today to not suffer in the future. Or if you suffer, at least you are kind of preparing yourself. It's like going to a test. If you study, you're not afraid of the test. But if you didn't study anything, some people are okay with that. Whatever grade I got, I'm fine. Other people are scared to death. So again, I think Emmanuel is very right. I need to change what I can change, accept that what I cannot change cannot be changed yet, but it will.
it will if it's going to be for the good of you and the others.
Well, perfectly. Yeah,
If it's not for the good, it won't change.
exactly. It's like uh, it's like when you give a gift to someone. True, Vanille, do you like to give a gift to someone or got a gift for someone?
Come on, Steve, don't ask me these questions. Of course, I want to receive. I'm sorry, guys. I'm being honest. I prefer to receive,
Rodrigo,
but I like to give sometimes.
I'm terrible giver. I have no idea what to buy people to people. I have no idea. I have bought so many so few presents on all my life, but when I'm buying some present with his hair, which is not often, but when I'm buying it, I put a lot of thoughts with and that when I'm buying that moment, I'm thinking of the person.
yeah,
No,
but that's the point, guys. Remember that feeling, Rodrigo. If you give a gift a few times, when you give a gift to someone, you put a lot of energy that,
yeah,
and that make you feel not better, but make you feel complete because you're giving that. You're giving opportunity for that person who will receive that gift to be happy. You are making that person happy at least for a moment. In other words, what I'm saying is we needed to get out of the position to like who is to get out of the position to receive a gift and we start to give gifts because this is going to complete us. Like Kieran said here, they got the picture. Giving is more satisfying than receiving, always. Exactly, because you put all their energies, you put everything, you say, wow, that person, oh, it's nice to get it. Of course, it's nice to get it, but sometimes, and if we change this position, if we become more givers than receivers, we will change everything.
True.
That's the moment when we will change everything. Wow. Guys, we are over.
Guys, since Steven said that, I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna say bye to everyone, but I have to go back to work. So you guys finish here, do the final prayer.
Okay.
Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you very much in Ireland, in America. See you guys. Take care. See you on Sunday.
Yeah, you are late. Okay.
Thank.
So Rodrigo, it's so Rodrigo, I did the initial prayer, so
Yeah, Vanderlei was smart, very smart.
yeah, but just before that, let's conclude our idea. So
Yeah.
the point here, guys, that life as it should be, it's always what we need to have. We need to accept. I don't know if the life is good or bad for you, but it depends of the point of view. Depends how you treat this. Depends how you treat yourself. Depends how we want to be in 10 years, 20 years. Stop to find someone to blame for your wrongdoings. And it's time to get more responsibility for your life, your own actions. With this in your hand, with this in your mind, this is not a error-free path, but at least we will acquire more knowledge, more experience. Okay? Anything to add, Rodrigo?
No, you have said everything.
Okay, so can you do the final prayer for us?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
I would like to thank all the mentors of our house, all the superior force that was here with us tonight to talk about life. We hope that we could help someone there to clarify, to think differently, to open the minds. Thanks for the mentor of the radio, the Kardec radio as well. For the mentors of from the Spiritual Society of Ireland. So be it.
Okay, everyone. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for your patience. We will see you again next Tuesday at 7:15 Irish time, 2:15 Eastern time, and 11:15 Pacific time. Okay? So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Kardec Radio. Thank you. I'm closing the bridge, but share this video, talk to us. So propose some topics we need to talk. So it's good to hear from you as well. Okay, thank you. Have a nice day, a nice evening. Bye-bye.